Marlene. As she mentioned that I came here as a child myself. I'm from El Salvador, from Central America. My family and I'm the youngest of 8. We were fleeing from civil war back from the 80s, late 70s. And this relates a lot with the current situation of Syrian refugees fleeing a war as well. So it kind of, it's correlated to that. Now a lot of people, I don't know if you guys can relate to my story or relate to her story, or your parents can relate to any of our stories, but it's definitely something to learn and actually bring it back and help and advocate for those that are under the shadow. So like I was saying, I'm the youngest of 8. My entire family pretty much, they filed for immigration under a political asylum. However, my papers they had a clerical issue, which wasn't cleared up until closer to the end of my high school year. That's when I realized, and I seized the fact that we were working under an attorney who was just renewing my permit as my annual permit, and so that's the point when I decided to say, let's stop paying this guy $100, whatever the fee was at that time, and let me just grab a copy of my file, and I brought it over to Congressman Luis Gutierrez. There, I put my own file together as if I was my own representative, and I brought it to Luis Gutierrez and I said, listen, this is my situation, this is my case, can you do something about this? I was just a student just like you guys, but I had the energy, so I came and I brought my case, and eventually he took a look at it, and within 3 months, my asylum was approved. I was given a U.S. citizen, a resident card that year. 5 years later, I became a U.S. citizen, and I became a citizen a day before I graduated from Wilbur Wright College from my associate. I paid out of pocket my own education, my associate degree, because at that time there was no DACA, no DAPA, nor financial aid that would cover my education, so I had to work up to 2 jobs. And considering that I wanted to become a pharmacist, so pharmacies are open, 24/7 hours a day, so I could work weekends, nights, and go to school during the weekdays, morning classes, night classes, and switch. I worked 2 different hospitals and all that stuff, but thank God I had the energy to do that and the desire to continue. So I pushed very hard, stayed focused, and my emphasis was to get this paper going, to get myself documented, because I couldn't be the one wanting to get a further education and go ahead and be deported back to El Salvador. So I needed that energy, that drive, and I was glad I did. It was hard work, a lot of challenges. Bottom line, I graduated. I was able to transfer to Chicago State University, got a Bachelor in Science, and just back in 2013, I got a Master's in Public Administration. And now, like she's saying, that she wants to be the advocator because she can actually relate to the issue, just like myself. I can relate to the issue. I'm not a DACA beneficiary. I'm way pre-DACA, so, but I walked the same path. I migrated here legally, and I didn't cross 1 border, I crossed up to 3 borders, and I was just a kid as well. My mom and I were crossing together. We didn't walk hours, we walked 8 hours at least, trying to cross the Mexican border to get to California. And as a kid, you can tell I had the energy, and just going back, I can tell you, I can connect the dots that, listen, there's still energy there's energy if you really want to get something get done. So there's no challenges. Just like those kids crossing the Syrian border, coming from Syria to all these countries, I can relate to that because I did it. So, and I'm glad I'm a survivor. I'm someone who I can connect the dot with these kids, connect the dot with you, connect the dots with people from different walks of life. That's what makes me special, and you can be in that position where you can be that special person enlightening those in the shadow. and that's what pretty much OFA and I kind of, that's how I pretty much got involved. As a matter of fact, I walked into a rally that OFA was organizing, and the organizer, which is my mentor, Patrick, he said, anyone has a story, and I was so eager to say, hey, I got my story, let me tell you my story, I can't wait. And indeed I did. I grabbed the microphone and I told my story. People there connected, they were cheering. There were a good 50 people. So, and then they felt my energy. And, you know, after that speech, I could connect and I said, you know what, this is it. This is my deal. I'm glad I made the connection between myself and the public. And I feel like I fell in love with advocating in public and working for the public. So I look forward to continue doing this. And you guys have any question? Anyone can relate to this issue? Or, I mean, because you guys all look scared here.
Yeah, I mean, this is, you know, you guys, there's no fear. It's a safe space. As we mentioned, I mentioned earlier, you know, we're sharing our stories